about no wish. I'm tripping, getting sick. I don't care about no nigga, cause these niggas just be flex. I don't stun nobody, bitch. He do that, that's a man. See, we dripping like the fox that I just put on my pretend. Nigga, I was selling drugs back with niggas, they was.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Only One KDB, and I'm back with another video. In today's video, bro, we got the insane story of how Jay-Z tried to save Biggie's life. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Turn on that post notification bell so you can get notified when I drop another banger, bro. We finna get to it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Enough talking. Let's just get it, bro. This is my third video today, bro. Told you I'm grinding, bro. This year is my year. 2024. Music. Who said that?
No matter how many years pass and how many imitations have tried to take his place, the gaping hole left in the hip-hop world from when the one and only Biggie Smalls passed away has not and never will be filled.
Born Sinner, the opposite.
Defining classic albums to a presence that was so much larger than life. Everything
Real
Biggie
shit,
did
though.
was iconic, and when it came to all of the gifts that made Big one of the most talented rappers to ever live, nobody benefited more from them than...
Who y'all think better, Biggie or Tupac? For all the old heads out there, my bad, I ain't mean to call y'all old. To all the older people out there, you know what I'm saying? Who better, Biggie or Tupac? Diddy look youngish. How old was Diddy right here, bro? You know what I'm saying? This was before he was doing it. Not mine.
He did. Now, as we look back on the legacy of Biggie Smalls, it's impossible to view his accomplishments without thinking about Puff Daddy, as whether it was saying some BS on some of his most renowned songs or appearing front and center in his music videos. Puff forever tied himself to the life and legacy of Biggie Smalls, and while the once respected mogul did call himself Biggie's best friend, when you look back in time and read in between the lines, you will begin to see a reality that was quite the opposite between them. Now, as we all know, in the mid to late 90s in hip-hop, the East and West Coasts were in a feud bigger than anything anybody had ever seen, and with tensions being escalated by Death Row Records on the West and Bad Boy Records in the East. The leaders of both labels, in Suge Knight and of course Puff Daddy, pitted their superstar artists Tupac and Biggie against each other as they stood in the middle of a battle that both Suge and Puff were heavily responsible in escalating from just a few diss tracks.
I ain't gonna lie, this beef shit was it was crazy, bruh. I'm talking like I was born back then, nigga. I wasn't even nigga wasn't even born back then, but like, how did y'all feel about this beef? You know what I'm saying, that they had going on? Was you East Coast, West Coast, or you was no coast? You was just neutral, like, I don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? I like both of them type shit. Like, how y'all was on the old folks tip?
To full-fledged violence, and as we all sadly know, after raising the hatred each side had for one another higher and higher, the feud ended with the two people who used to be best friends before they were twisted to despise each other in Tupac and Biggie passing away, all while Suge and Diddy only ended up making more money from this horrible situation due to all the posthumous records that they released under their names. Now, while after Biggie Smalls passed, Diddy tried to glorify their relationship and make it out like they were the best of friends as he released tribute songs that he didn't even write. As time has went on and more information, not just about the East and West Coast feud, but also Diddy as a person has come to the surface after years of cover-ups and fronts. We can see that while Diddy would tell you that Biggie and him were not just business partners, but actual brothers, Big himself already began to see the risks and dangers of working with Puff while he was alive, and what he tried to do to get away from him will definitely shock you. Now, just a few years after Biggie put himself and Bad Boy Records on the map as premier powerhouses in hip-hop, another rapper from his birthplace of Brooklyn, who we all know now as Jay-Z, emerged on the scene, and since Jay and Big had been friends with one another since all the way back in high school,
damn, they go back like
his
that.
Reputation in hip-hop as he did such things as deliver an all-time great feature on his 1996 debut album Reasonable Doubt. But as time went on and Jay-Z began to stand as a solidified star of his own, and Puff Daddy only became a bigger threat to Biggie's career and life in the greater sense, Big realized that he may now need his good friend Jay's help to do one thing that he couldn't pull off on his own: escape the control of Puff Daddy and Bad Boy Records. Now, as Jay-Z founded his own record label from day one of his career in Rockefeller Records, Hov built up the company he founded with each step that he took towards superstardom, so as Jay began to build more traction and Biggie saw the potential that not just his friend, but the pair could have as a full-fledged duo making music together, For the betterment of his career, Big began to question whether it was better to stay with somebody like Puff Daddy who had no musical skill and only pushed him into public feuds and beefs, or to join a lifelong friend who he could passionately work with and against.
Nigga said Puff ain't had no musical skill, you know what I'm saying? Well, he really didn't, you know what I'm saying? We all know Puff can't rap, you know, but it be like that sometimes. He was a rap mogul, I think. Ain't that's what it's called, a rap mogul? I said a rap mogul. You know what I'm saying? He had his own record label.
Focused on simply doing what he and every other rapper solely cared about in the 90s, proving they were the absolute and unrivaled best. Now, while these were only rumors for quite some time, one of Rockefeller Records' co-founders, Dame Dash, actually said that this was definitely gonna happen, and it was something that Jay and Big were planning to do in full force at that. As Big referenced all the way back on his album Life After Death on the track What's Beef, he was planning on forming a rap supergroup led by him and Jay-Z called The Commission, and according to Dame Dash,
that would have been fire.
Releasing an album under this moniker was gonna be Jay and Big's first order of business once he ended up joining Rockefeller. Now, while Jay-Z has remained very cryptic about this entire situation in interviews, when he has been on the microphone delivering verses, he does not seem to shy away from talking about his relationship with Big and the goals they sought out to accomplish together. And on the 2022 Pusha T track Neck and Wrist, Jay did confirm that in a reality where Big was still around, the first thing that they would have gotten to was the Commission, so at least to this extent, we do know that Jay and Biggie's supergroup album was destined to happen as Big joined the Rockefeller crew. Now,
yo, just imagine Biggie Smalls and Jay-Z, bro. That would have been crazy. Puff Daddy would have been mad in the motherfucker. I mean, Diddy. I ain't calling this man no fucking Puff Daddy. Fuck. Who the fuck called him that, matter of fact? His name is fucking Diddy. You know what I'm saying? What's his real name? Diddy what? I don't fucking know. All I know is he about to go to jail. That's what I know. They about to get his motherfucking ass.
Reason why Big was not able to outright run out of Bad Boy and team up with Jay immediately was because he was under contract with Puff Daddy at the time in an agreement where he had to make at least 3 more albums under the label after his debut project in order to complete his deal. Now, many have speculated that this is one of the main reasons why Big...
Oh yeah, somebody made this a meme. He said somebody said Biggie wasn't really cock-eyed. He just knew he had to keep 2 eyes on Diddy. Yo, that shit was hilarious, bro.
Deal. Now, many have speculated that this is one of the main reasons why Big decided to make his sophomore 1997 project, Life After Death, a double album, as by having a record that sales counted twice because it was on 2 separate discs. This would have only left Biggie with the task of making 1 more album on Bad Boy, and following this, he would be able to join Rockefeller Records, and who knows what would have happened from here. With Jay-Z forming Rockefeller into the musical dream team that it became during the time that Biggie would have most likely completed his final Bad Boy album right around the end of the 90s. Having Big step into Rockefeller as a premier artist right when they were about to enter their golden age would have further elevated the label and hip-hop in ways that I don't think could have ever been topped. From Jay himself to Beanie Sigel or Cameron and the Diplomats,
Sigel, this nigga said single,
complemented each other already, and throwing Biggie into this mix seems like it would have only pushed all these rappers, who were all very well within their peak forms, to go even harder than they already did. Now, I think the most infatuating aspect of this what if is the prospect of Rockefeller having Jay, Big, and of course Kanye West all on the roster at the same time.
Yo, that'd have been fucking insane.
Ye and Jay were able to create on albums like The Blueprint, so could you imagine if Big was rapping over the one-of-a-kind soul sample loops that the entire rock crew ate off during this time? We would have seriously gotten some certified classics from this duo. These artists would have dominated the industry like we had never seen before, as between Jay-Z and Biggie actively working as a group and solo artists, along with producers like Kanye and also Just Blaze, feeding them some of the most pristine sounding and cutting edge beats in hip hop history. The potential of Biggie on Rockefeller working with their artists and talent could have very well given us an album from him that was better than his first 2. Now, as Puff Daddy always pushed Biggie to make his records as radio friendly as possible, another aspect that would have made the Notorious B.I.G.'s tenure on Rockefeller so exciting would be hearing how Big would have just focused on rapping in full force without any of the antics that Bad Boy pushed so hard. Between the limitless creative freedom he would have had and the fact that we would have gotten to hear how Biggie would have progressed and matured into the 2000s. When you look at the fact that Biggie was so close to joining Rockefeller, while it's still fun to sit back and...
Hey, that's the Illuminati sign, nigga. Put that shit down. Fuck wrong with you, Jay-Z? We ain't a part of the Illuminati over here. You know? Ain't that the Illuminati sign or the Rockefeller sign? People be saying that's the Illuminati, the fucking pyramid. But they say that's the Rockefeller sign, so I guess. I don't fucking know.
It dominated hip-hop altogether, and say what if? When you realize that we never got to see any of this, it becomes much more heartbreaking. Biggie wasn't even 25 when he passed away, and this just
crazy,
tells us that
bro.
we never even got to hear him evolve and really mature into a greater artist, and unfortunately, we will never get to know what the full scope of his plans were for the future of his career beyond this defining decision. With Big being so young and having so much pressure on his shoulders during the very height of his career, while most artists in his situation...
I ain't gonna lie, bro, this might be a hot take, but if Biggie was like still alive and he, you know what I'm saying, he got to live through his career, he might have would have went down as the greatest fucking male rapper to ever live, bro. I'm not real shit though, bro. You know what I'm saying? No, that probably would have been Tupac, huh? I don't fucking know. One of them two, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Out of them two, definitely.
have gotten lost and never returned. It seemed like Big did understand that getting stuck being around Puff Daddy would have only taken his career into a darker place, but even despite recognizing this, it was sadly too late for him to get away from the vultures that were around him. So overall, just by seeing that Biggie was ready to leave Bad Boy Records and get away from all of Diddy's problematic behaviors in order to work with more creatively driven rappers and ones who won't throw you into the middle of dangerous situations and conflicts, you can see that Jay tried to help Biggie change his career forever and get away from a man who today has begun to be exposed for the horrible things he has done for decades. But despite Big's best efforts to plan out the next chapter of his career away from the danger that he was getting pushed further and further into, sadly, he never got to complete his story. So in retrospect, as we sit down and look at one of the greatest what-ifs in hip-hop history, all we can do is wonder how special a Jay-Z and Biggie collab album would be, or how soul-touching it would be to hear Biggie rap over the one-of-a-kind production of a Kanye West. But no matter what, till the day hip-hop dies, Biggie Small's legacy will continue to live on, as you can't mention the greatest rappers ever without including him in the conversation.
Right.
So let me know, is Biggie in your top 5? And if you want to see my ranking of every single rap album to ever win a Grammy, check out the suggested video.
But yeah, bro, that's going to do it, bro. If y'all enjoyed that reaction video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Turn on that post notification about you notified when I drop another banger, bro. I want to know what y'all think, bro. Who the best rapper out of Jay-Z? I said Jay-Z. Biggie or fucking Tupac, bro? Who y'all got, fam? Me personally, I can't even say because I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't born through that era, but from the music I heard, I want to say Tupac was a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? But we finna get out of here, bro. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. And I'm out of here, bro.